Thank you for tuning in to MsNoirChronicles. I'm a lifestyle vlogger that talks about different things. Today my video is going to be about being selfish. People seem to have an issue with this word. Selfish just means you're taking the time out to put yourself first. It does not mean that you can't take other people's needs into consideration, because you can do that, but it shouldn't be at the expense of yourself. So, personally, I think that it's okay to say no. Sometimes you don't want to go somewhere. Sometimes you don't want to do things. Say no. Set boundaries. If this is not something you're willing to do, don't do it. The only people who are worried about karma are people who are out here doing things to hurt other people intentionally. It's the equivalent of you being at work and you see your boss coming. You're like, oh my gosh, let me get busy. My boss is coming. But if you're doing your job all the time, you don't have to get busy. Stay on your toes and do your job. It's the same thing with karma. You don't have to worry about things coming back to you if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Don't let people trick you into that. That's gonna come back to you. That's gonna come back to you. What's your point? You're lactose intolerant, you drink milk, you're gonna have diarrhea. That's gonna come back to you too. You're not gonna die. You're gonna be fine. Just gonna have a bad stomach. Don't know, I'm not lactose intolerant. Don't do it. Don't do it if you are. But a part of being selfish also means that you have to make healthy lifestyle choices. And sometimes that means you have to eliminate your friends. You have to limit how you deal with your family. You have to change your job. It's a whole bunch of things that's gonna make you uncomfortable before you get to that part where you're comfortable and you're okay. But you can't get there if you constantly keep making the same bad decisions. It's just a bad loop. Insanity is literally repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. The only way you're gonna get a different result is if you change the formula that created the product. That's just how it works. And if you can't change the formula, you're gonna get the same product every single time you go to create it. Just saying. Another thing that people have to realize when they choose to be selfish is that you have to own your truth. My mom has told me since I was a little girl, don't ever do anything you're gonna be ashamed of. If I can't repeat it back to somebody else, that means I'm embarrassed or I'm ashamed. Don't do it. Own your truth. Own who you are. People can't repeat things back to me that's gonna hurt my feelings. Not anything about me anyway, because I know what I did. I don't care how people feel about it, because I've already accepted my consequences that come with it, and I'm comfortable. But when you own your truth, it puts you in a whole different place. Nobody can bully you and make you feel bad for something you're comfortable with, for something you've acknowledged, for something you've accepted about yourself. Take time out to accept these things about yourself. Accept the things you like. Accept the things you don't like. Because it's okay if you don't like stuff. There's a lot of things I don't like, and there's nobody that's going to convince me to love it. Because I don't like it. Not comfortable with it. You know? Stop allowing people to decide how you feel. Stop allowing people to determine what you think, where you go. Stop asking directions from people who have never been anywhere you're trying to go. Doesn't work that way. People can't advise you on things they know nothing about. They can't. They're gonna tell you they can, but they can't. So it's important for you to take a step back and realize this decision is for you to make, not for them. Be selfish, make your own choice. Be selfish, say no sometimes. Be selfish and set boundaries sometimes. Be selfish and make your own lifestyle healthy choice. A choice that's healthy for you. Don't jump on a diet because your friend started a diet and y'all doing diets together. No, do the diet because it works for you. Maybe that works for your friend and it doesn't work for you. Maybe yoga works for me, don't work for everybody. Some people do spin class. Find out what works for you. That's a part of being selfish. It's a journey into who you are. And don't let anybody make you feel bad because selfish has such a negative connotation. Of course it's gonna have a negative context. Nobody wants you to be selfish. Nobody wants you to sit around and decide what's good for you. You sitting around thinking about you, you ain't thinking about me. You're not doing what I'm asking you to do because you're being selfish. Selfish is not a bad word. Not at all. Nothing wrong with that. Remember one thing though. You are not responsible for other people's feelings. You're not responsible for their thoughts. You're not responsible for their actions or how they receive what you're saying to them. It's not your job. You're only responsible for your reactions, your thoughts, your opinions, your feelings, nothing else. What you put up with is what you end up with. If it started like this in the beginning, it will end this way. Just throwing that out there. Remember to pick yourself first, because that's a part of being selfish. Remember that your needs are important. Not saying that theirs aren't. They are important, but they'll figure it out. You gotta figure it out sometimes. That's just what it is. You can't change people. You can't change their thoughts. You can't change their actions. But you know whose thoughts you can change? Yours. You know whose actions you can change? Yours. You're responsible for you. So be selfish. Because when the consequences come back around for them choices that you made, the only person that's going to be affected is you. That's why it's important for you to pay attention to your own actions and the things that go on with you. Be selfish. Be accountable. Because believe you me, other people are going to point out your flaws. Doesn't matter how many times you've helped them. Doesn't matter how much you've done for them. The only thing they're going to remember is what you did not do. So it's important for you to remember to put you first. Because the first thing people say is, I would never do you like that. Why she do me like that? She did you like that because she was thinking about herself. And you forgot to think about yourself. So you got caught up. Oh, loyalty ain't real no more. Yes, it is. It's called being loyal to self. Don't feel bad about that. Just get hip to the game. Stay focused. And don't stay selfish, but learn how to be selfish, when to be selfish, and what part works best for you. Because not everything works for everybody. And sometimes that's all we got to do is accept it. But remember to tune into MsNoirChronicles because she got more tea for you. Tune in. See you soon.